Are there common misconceptions Christians have about Hindus that might get in the way of meaningful conversations?
I think I'll bring up 3 points there. So we will talk about the doctrine of creation. I think one of the problems Christians can have, and everybody can do this, is that we assume that what's true for us is true for the other. We've got a particular view of salvation, and so that they probably have something like this. We have the Bible, so they probably have something like the Bible. Those things may be true, they may not be true. When it comes to creation, they have a very different view of creation. Now, while I say it's different, but it's also very similar to what the early church encountered. The early church in the Greek philosophical world encountered a view of creation in which the physical is bad. The physical is bad. And we're trying to get away from the physical. And this is how Hindus view the physical. They do view it as being created, but that's not the main way of thinking about it. The main way of thinking about the creation is that it's physical, and that the physical is bad and a distraction. And so you'll see their gurus meditate for long periods of time. So the people who are the high spiritual people in their communities, they will meditate and not talk to anybody for years. And this is seen as success in the religion. Now, why is it successful? It's because all of the physical world around you is a distraction. It's evil. It's taking you away from the oneness and the consciousness that is there. And so their gurus don't talk to anyone. Their gurus sit in silent meditation, being detached from the physical world. So that's quite a different view to us.
Yeah, it sounds almost vaguely Gnostic, right? You're trying to
Yeah,
achieve some sort of enlightenment, kind of.
exactly. And this is what I mean by the early church had to encounter this type of thinking. And you can understand why people would have this view. If you look at the world, people get old and die, people get sick. I mean, the physical world is brutal. It can be a mess. It's got beauty, but it's also corrupted. Now, for us as Christians, we have a very different view. We don't say that the physical is bad or evil. We'd say that our human nature is corrupted by sin, but we want to affirm that the physical is good. And so this, of course, is Genesis chapter 1, that the physical is good. We're not on a journey to get away from the physical, but to actually embrace the physical. And so for Hindus, they have this teaching of reincarnation. And many Westerners, when they take on Hinduism, you see them speak about it as if reincarnation is cool. I'm going to come back as something else. But for the Hindu, reincarnation is actually a curse. It's a dreadful thing. Because what it means is that you've died and then your soul has come back again into the physical. And that's a terrible thing. So the hope is that one day you won't be reincarnated, that their cycle of reincarnation will come to an end. Now, this is a challenge for when you speak to them, because you see, when the Bible talks about the resurrection, it actually begins in the very first chapter, because if you read the very first chapter of the Bible, we're told that the physical is good. And then when God makes Adam, Adam is not a spirit that comes down from the oneness. Imagine if the creation story went like this. There were these spirits up there with God, and then these spirits came down and God gave them a body, and they were trapped in these bodies for a time, and they're trying to get out of the body and back to the oneness. That's sort of the Hindu way of thinking, that you've come from the oneness, you've come down, you're trapped in this body, you'll have this circular reincarnation depending upon how you live, but then hopefully you'll get out of the body and back. That's very different to the biblical way of thinking, where the physical is good. And when you read chapter 2 of Genesis, the promise of eternal life that is given to us is physical. We might just skip over that as Christians, but it's physical. Adam had access to the tree of life physically. And so it's not Adam had to leave his body to get to eternal life. Eternal life is meant to be physical. So The resurrection is preached basically in Genesis 1 and 2, that God made us physical, eternal life is for the physical. That's God's plan. So this is a big difference between us and Hindus, and we need to show them that the physical is good.
Yeah, and that's a central piece of Christianity too. Is like Christ's resurrection, even his
Yeah.
crucifixion. All of that is physical,
Yeah.
and so ours will be physical as well. We will be given renewed bodies, good bodies that don't fall apart. I wonder how the concept of karma and caste systems kind of plays into that
Yeah.
reincarnation aspect, because